Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Animation Analysis. My name is Sam.
And good morning, my name is Immortal.
And today we'll be looking at the latest episode, Gojo vs. Makima, which I am excited about to talk about this one. If you follow me on other places, I have said this is my new favorite episode of the show.
I literally read through Chainsaw Man in preparation for this episode.
Yeah, it's actually really funny. Yeah, Immortal binge read through a CSM. I binge read Jujutsu Kaisen before this.
I cried.
Yeah. So with that said, let's get into the episode. Also, I like how the way this starts because a lot of in Jujutsu Kaisen they do this thing like before a lot of certain bits where it's like they have an old-fashioned typewriter tell the events of what's going on. Nice visual touch, and then it starts with Makima in the theater, and oh look at that! There's Darth Vader, there's Guts, Chosen Undead, and Alex Mercer.
Well then.
Also, fitting that they chose Jack versus Afro to be the one Makima's watching, because Jack's voice actor in the episode is the official dub voice actor for Gojo.
Really?
Yeah, Kaiji Tang.
Oh my fucking god.
Love this part. Could have been some flicks right about now. But gotta kill you
How
instead.
purposely obnoxious he's being.
Yeah, Gojo's just being an absolute menace. It's great.
Let a curse do as they please.
I just love how it slowly zooms in on Makima,
But gotta kill you instead. Can't just let a curse
and
do
then
as
just the way her eyes just slowly.
He
Boom.
finally registers his existence.
Also, I'm so glad they perfectly captured Gojo's shit-eating grin he almost always has.
And they also pretty capture well, I don't know the proper words, Makima's stoicism.
No talking during the movie.
You can
That is
tell.
such a clean transition.
Oh yeah, the hand drawn. We'll talk more about the hand drawn as we go on. But God, look at Gojo's hand drawn, and then the way they use the zombie body falling to switch to Makima's hand drawn. Really smooth stuff here.
In the movie.
Also, I like how they start off instead of Gojo starting off with techniques, he uses his boom. He uses his bare straight up hands and feet regular martial arts instead of using his curse abilities.
Oh wait, fucking look at the background. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, they had the Dragon Slayer, and I think that was the big hammer that Chosen Undead used. I don't remember the name for it. I think there's also other swords in there. I don't remember all of them. I think that's the Master Sword. Nah, it's a little too different. But yeah, I like how they start off with him using a bare fist instead of the curse techniques immediately. But then we immediately get into
curse technique lapse.
He says it in a weirdly casual way I like.
Yeah, he's just so casual about it. He's you can tell he's slightly goofing around. He's like, which one do I use? Which one do I use? Blue. Even though, with the way he sets the stuff up, we know he's gonna use blue.
Knowing Gojo, you could probably just make up a new color last second.
Boom. And I really like the way it's and the Limitless is portrayed here. It's just that small bit of disturbed air, and Makima's blow isn't completely stopped. Like, you can see it slow. It's not, you can just see it slowly just continue, like, having in speed as it goes on. Also.
Womp womp.
Womp.
Just, also, before the funny. Can we just talk, again, the hand drawn here, phenomenal.
Womp womp.
She just looks so annoyed. And then red. And
ABGN?
I really like the way they just cut away to the poor guy in the toilet. Explodes. Then we get back into the fight.
Careful. I could have died, but that much won't matter to you soon.
Don't worry. I'm Satoru Gojo, the strongest.
And I think but before we get to Makima's neckband, I really like the exchange here. Makima's voice actress, she really does manage to like convey like the way Makima's like more, I guess, fittingly enough, her more controlled composition, while also having that slight hint of like venom in her voice. Meanwhile, on the other hand, you have the Gojo's voice actor.
Don't worry. I'm Satoru Gojo, the strongest.
The way he like sounds more casual before once he says the strongest, his voice drops into a bit more of a serious tone.
Yes, the voice portrayals are quite good.
Yeah.
Confident, strong, and idiotic. We'll be sure to write it on your tombstone.
Okay, I want to comment on this bit here.
We'll be sure to write it on your tombstone.
Okay, this is a really creative way for them to like use the hybrid devils without having to like make hand-drawn sprites for like all of them. And in addition, if you notice, Makima's position here, it's a reference to like one of the covers for Chainsaw Man.
Oh, I think I know the cover you're talking about.
Yeah. And I really like the way that chains look connected to like all of them. With the way there's a really nice framing here. And like, in addition to like the similar to like the sprite to hand-drawn transition from like earlier on in the fight, the way the chains like slowly falls in front of Makima here, and she just disappears, stellar stuff. I also like how one thing that when all the different like reference weapons get thrown because of the various, as a little small joke thing to do while also incorporating the ability of the weapon hybrids. It's not slow motion, it's just them, it's not slow motion effect, it's literally them failing to do anything through Limitless. It's a really neat effect trick they did. And also, another thing I also gotta praise here is, instead of them like immediately like switching perspectives, the fact they actually animated like the whole spin here, like I really like the way they animated. And there's one of the small details I like here is inside Makima's hand, you can it's focused, but everywhere around, like the background Gojo down here too,
it's blurry. Yeah, I know.
A little like focusing. And then the Fox Devil, which okay, can we talk about how good the hand drawn looks for this thing as it explodes? Yeah, it's really good.
I guess he didn't like that taste after all.
And also, again, the hand-drawn's really good here, but also there's a small detail here that may like slip by people the first time they see it around. But when the blood's falling, it doesn't actually land on Gojo at all. Like you can see like a small like, you can see like the small like outline just around Gojo himself of Limitless blocking the blood from falling on him.
That's a cool detail.
And
Must
then,
be a pain in the ass for him to shower, though.
oh no, Gojo can turn off
I'm making a
Limitless.
joke, don't ruin it.
No, because I think this is like a reference to
I'm
like.
making a joke, don't ruin it!
Anyways, Red's effects look really good here, by the way. Again, really creative usage of like framing the hybrids in shadow, so in a way they don't have to like fully detail everything, while also like keeping the suspense.
I hope we don't.
I wish the hybrids got a bit more to do.
Yeah, that is a fair point. They don't do a lot, and like the flamethrower hybrid's the only one that actually gets like a significant bit to themselves. But I think it makes sense since this is focusing more on Gojo and Makima. And while yeah, Makima can control the hybrids, it's a bit more of they are all their own characters instead of just like normal summons. And also, just, again, fire does nothing to Limitless. But I really like the way they chose Flamethrower Hybrid for this to set up the fiery, to set pretty much everything on fire, adding to that whole hellish atmosphere of the fight.
Hope we don't kill you too quickly.
I should be good, since you're so weak.
Again, continuing off, I really like it when Gojo just deals with the zombies with just his bare fists because they're so pathetically weak in comparison.
I should be good, since you're so...
I love the one where he just stomps on one of them and they just explode.
Here Gojo is talking shit, but...
Bang.
I do like the emphasis they put on that.
Yeah, the hand-drawn.
No, and then also the sound design, too.
Yeah, the music cuts out slightly, and Gojo slowly realizes, oh wow, she actually landed a blow. The genuine shock on his face, because this entire time, Makima was unable to get past Limitless. But here, she finally does, which catches him off guard a bit. And Makima slowly gets more unhinged during this part, which the voice actor, she goes all out.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about it.
I'll explain my personal opinion, because I know a couple of people said like Makima laughing like this is out of character, but I'll leave my own thoughts like after the fight. I'll explain, because I had my own interpretation. But anyways.
Bang! 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 Bang!
Also, just the momentum of the bang here, is just like really well conveyed. And just also, speaking of like smooth transitions, just the sprite to the hand drawn like that, because there are like a couple of like lesser detailed hand drawn shots before it goes into the fully detailed one. Really well done.
Bang!
Again, continuing off with like the way they transition from like sprites to hand drawn for a lot of these. Like, I really like how it's sprite and then it just immediately like switches to like uses the color
it's like the
contrast.
Framing of this
the color they
the framing of this whole
the framing, because they use like the
framing
black
of this whole, oh my fucking god.
Sorry.
I really like the framing of this whole sequence.
Yeah. Because like they go black and white, then I think that's inverted colors, and then back to normal to like semi-hide the transition while also conveying the impact.
Bang!
Also, can I say it's unintentionally hilarious where after Gojo gets his leg blasted off, the way he just face plants?
Now, be a good boy and play dead.
And also, this is one of the coolest shots of the fight. Like, the way it's framed, Makima holding Gojo by the chain, the seeing God ability going off in the back, all the zombies and hybrids all in the background. It's so well framed.
He's about to face annihilation. Or
But
so she thinks.
Should I bark too? I'm getting really tired of your pets.
the way Gojo's like, oh, she wants me to act like a dog. Oh, should I bark for you? And then Gojo proceeds to turn the tables, first healing himself. This here, it's a lot of people were a bit confused at why Makima looked a bit burnt, but this is essentially something he did in the anime to a different curse where he essentially completely crushed them into bloody paste. So apparently it's supposed to portray like the front half of her body just being completely pulverized.
Huh.
And I like how the wave like wipes out all the zombies and hybrids left. To finally settle in, it's just Gojo and Makima, which then leads into... Also, holy shit. That hand-drawn animation of Gojo's leg healing, like, that amount of detail, like the bone slowly reforming, then the internal organs around it, and then the flesh, really well done. And which leads to...
Domain expansion. Unlimited void. Domain expansion.
Alright, another thing. I really like how Makima heals from it. Is about to go for bang again, but it's too late.
Void.
She's caught in the infinite void of Gojo's domain expansion. And
Why
also,
doesn't she just close her eyes? Is she stupid?
one of these days I will kill
fuck
you.
is this?
I don't know what this one is, honestly, but yeah, then there's just a bunch of different references, like as she just slowly goes by.
Unlimited void.
Like, there's the stuff like, that's her canon fate of being made into the food. And then they got, like, other stuff like, I can't tell what this one was, but then they got stuff like... Of course.
Fucking god.
Kagurabashi, baby.
I'm sick and tired of seeing this shit.
And then Atom Death. Then you got Among Gojo.
Oh right, the new Among Us map actually just came out.
Oh yeah, it did. Martian Manhunter dead. As to the surprise of nobody, Columbo.
I don't even know who the fuck Columbo is.
And then there's Bill Cipher. I don't know about this one, honestly. And then, where's, there it is, Liam Swan screaming. Yeah, I really like the funny frames in the background are a fun little joke to look at. I really like the way they, like, portray infinite void here.
Unlimited void.
Unlimited void.
Throughout heaven.
Just Makima just completely overwhelmed by all of this information. All of her like controlled composition just disappearing as she the one thing she can barely process is the fact that she's not gonna survive this one. As Gojo,
Heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one.
boom. And then, oh yeah, the mall they were in, that too. And I really like the way they ended off this, like, again, like a Jujutsu Kaisen episode, but also reminding people Gojo's fight with Makima did have a couple of consequences.
I wish there's just a cut where the second he kills Makima for the first time, he just dies.
Anyways, what frame do we leave it on as we talk? I honestly think I want to leave it on Womp Womp. Like right here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so starting off, voice acting, phenomenal
Pretty damn
work. Gianni Matrograno does a fantastic job as Gojo, and Kelsey Jaffer also does a really good job as Makima.
So I have no frame of reference for how these characters sound. I only have read the manga of Chainsaw Man, and I haven't watched a single second of Jujutsu Kaisen.
You want? I should mention it is actually kind of funny because both Gojo and Makima's voice actors, like their official dub voice actors, have been on Death Battle before. Like I did mention Kaiji Tang, has he's voiced a lot of characters like Jack, Zoro, Comics Aquaman, All Might, but Makima's voice actors voiced Spider-Gwen.
No wonder I don't remember her.
And then we get
That's how I knocked to the voice actress if they're watching.
Yeah.
But you know.
Anyways, but aside from that, also the music. Oh my god, I love this song for this fight.
I think I'm gonna have to listen to it a bit more to see if it really grows on me like other songs have. But
Yeah, like
it's really good.
as someone that has watched like both Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man's anime, the song is like a really perfect blend between the two soundtracks while also having some musical cues of some of the more well-known tracks of both shows, while not being like completely overpowered and still remaining its own thing. Now, one of the main things I did want to mention is how a lot of people argue that Makima doing the laughing bit is out of character. Do you want to say anything about that, Immortal, or is it fine if I can give my interpretation about it?
It does feel a bit out of character for me, and I have seen your interpretation.
Yeah, so
just completely ignore it.
yeah. So basically,
You know who you are.
And I'm just gonna say my interpretation, just so people don't ask me in the comments why did you just lead up to it and not say anything. But basically, my simple version is Makima in the manga. The only time she ever like lets down her whole like stoic / control facade is when she's around someone she would consider like her equal or better, and mainly around Pochita / Chainsaw Man. With the rules that Death Battle have in here of where they're both from the same Japan and know of one another by this point, Gojo's reputation as the strongest means that Makima can't actually consider Gojo like her lesser she can't consider Gojo beneath her. So in a way, this also allows Makima to show a bit more of her, I guess, vulnerable self as she starts letting that slip during the fight. I'd argue, like, specifically her laughing as she's getting the upper hand is her thinking, again, she's thinking she's retained the level of control, which turns out to be, completely false as Gojo just stops holding back and finishes her off with Domain Expansion and Hollow Purple. With the combination of his domain expansion just outright destroying her mind and just realizing she's out of her league just contributes to the way she just freaks out and screams at the end. Just like everything just falls apart around her in a way that she can't like keep herself controlled. Again, this is all just like my interpretation on it, but yeah. I probably could have worded that better, but
I see.
Oh, I see. Anyways, with
God.
that said, genuinely one of my favorite episodes. It got a lot I wanted for both characters, and I'm very happy about it.
It was definitely worth binge reading Chainsaw Man for this.
Okay, I'm so sorry, but when you like took a moment to pause to like say Chainsaw Man, that just reminds you of the clip of like Chris Pratt saying "stomping Koopas."
I always want, whenever I say like I binge it, like I always want to say I watched it, but that's not fucking true. I haven't touched the anime.
Anyways, with that said, good episode. Let's get to the next time, which is. Okay, let's.
Discord.
I want to say I'm excited for this because I have like watched both shows a lot when I was younger, but at the same time, knowing that one of these guys are gonna die makes me sad.
I'm not looking forward to this.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, like, the matchup makes a lot of sense. Like, it does, yeah? But at the same time,
Scared dogs.
it feels like it's gonna leave a bit of, like, a bitter taste in my mouth no matter the result. Like, it's actually, specifically, it is kind of a gut punch because there was that crossover movie where they had where the two ended up being friends. Like, it's especially fucked because of that. But yeah, with that said, you know what? I'm hoping that that'll treat this one with like a decent amount of respect that it should, because I know a lot of people did want this one. Anyways, with that said, we'll wrap things up now. As always, thanks for watching. I'm Sam,
And good evening. My name is Amor.
and we'll see you all next time. Bye.
Have a good one.